Namaste. So tonight I'm going to read Book 9, Chapter 44, on the story of Svadha Devi in the discourse between Narada and Narayana. Nama Devi Bhagavatam Om Vakratu Namahakaya Koti Surya Samabhava. Narayana said, O Narada, I will tell you now the excellent antidote of Svadha, pleasing to the Pitris and enhancing the fruits of the Shraddha ceremony when fruits are offered to the Pitris. Listen, before the creation, the Creator created 7 Pitris, for out of them are with forms and the other 3 are of the nature of Teja, light. Note, Kavya Vaho Anala Somo Yamas Chevar Yama Tatha Agnis Vata Bharhisa Dha Somapa Pitri Devata. These 7 Pitris are, according to the other Puranas, seeing the beautiful and lovely forms of the Pitris, he made arrangements for their food in the form of shraddhas and tarpanas, etc., funeral ceremony and peace offerings, etc. Shraddha, solemn obsequies performed in honor of the manes of deceased ancestors. Taking bath, performing Shraddha ceremony up to tarpanam, peace offerings, worshipping the devas and doing sandhya thrice a day. These are the daily duties of the brahmanas. If any brahmana does not perform daily the Trisandhyas, Shraddha, Tarpanam, worship and the reciting of the Vedas, he becomes devoid of fire, like a snake without any poison. He who does not perform the devotional service of the Devi, who eats food not offered to Sri Hari, who remains impure till death, is not entitled to do any karma whatsoever. Thus, introducing the Shraddhas, etc., for the Pitris, Brahma went to his own abode. The Brahmanas went on doing the Shraddhas for the Pitris. But the Pitris could not enjoy them, and so they remained without food and were not satisfied. They all, being hungry and sad, went to the council of Brahma and informed him everything from beginning to end. Brahma then created out of his mind one daughter, very beautiful, full of youth and having a face lovely, as if equal to 100 moons. That woman was best in all respects, whether in form, beauty, qualities, or in learning. Her color was white, like the white champaka flower, and her body was adorned all over with jewel ornaments. This form was very pure, ready to grant boons, auspicious on the part of Prakriti. Her face was beaming with smiles. Her teeth were very beautiful, and her body showed signs of Lakshmi, i.e., of wealth and prosperity. Her name was Svadha. Her lotus feet were situated on 100 lotuses. She was the wife of the Pitris. Her face resembled that of a lotus, and her eyes looked like water lilies. She was born of the lotus-born Brahma. The grandfather Brahma made over that daughter of the nature of tusti, contentment, to the hands of the Pitris, and they were satisfied. Brahma advised the Brahmanas privately that whatever they would offer anything to the Pitris, they should offer duly with the mantra Svadha pronounced at the end. Since then, the Brahmanas are offering everything to the Pitris with the mantra Svadha uttered in the end. Swaha is laudable. When offerings are presented to the gods as Svadha is commendable when offerings are made to the Pitris. So Swaha is laudable when offerings are presented to the gods, and Svadha is commendable when offerings are made to the Pitris. But in both the cases, Dakshina is essential. Without Dakshina, sacrificial fee, all sacrifices are useless and worthless. The Pitris, Devatas, Brahmanas The Manus worshipped the peaceful Svadha and chanted hymns to her with great love. The Devas, Pitris, Brahmanas, all were pleased and felt their ends achieved when they got the boon from Svadha Devi. Thus I have told you everything about Svadha. It is pleasing to all. What more do you want to hear? Say, I will answer all your questions. Narada said, O thou, the best of the knowers of the Vedas, O Muni Satama, I want now to hear the method of worship, the meditation and the hymns of Svadha Devi. Kindly tell me all about this. Narayana said, you know everything about the all-auspicious Dhyan Stotra, as stated in the Vedas. Then why do you ask me again? However, I will speak out this for the enhancement of knowledge. On the 13th day of the dark fortnight in autumn, when the Magha asterism is with the moon on the Shraddha day, one should worship with care Svadha Devi. Then one should perform Shraddha. If out of vanity a Brahmin performs Shraddha without first worshipping Svadha Devi, then he will never get the fruits of Tarpanam or Shraddha. O Devi, Svadhe, thou art the mind-born daughter of Brahma, always young and worshipped by the Pitris. Thou bestowest the fruits of Shraddha, so I meditate on thee. Thus meditating, the Brahmin is to pronounce the Motto Mula mantra and offer the Padyam, etc. on the Salikrama stone or on the auspicious earthen jar. This is the ruling of the Vedas. The motto is Om Hrim Shrim Klim Swadha Devye Svaha. She should be worshipped with this mantra. After reciting hymns to the Devi, one is to bow down to the Svadha Devi. O son of Brahma, O best of the Munis, O skilled in hearing, I now describe the stotra which Brahma composed at the beginning for the bestowal of the desired fruits to mankind. Listen, Narayana said, the instant the mantra Svadha is pronounced, men get at once the fruits of bathing in the holy places of pilgrimages. No trace of sin exists in him at that time. Rather, the religious merits of performing the Vajapiya sacrifice accrue to him. Svadha, Svadha, Svadha. Thrice this word. If one calls to mind, one gets the fruits of Shraddha, Tarpanam and Bali, offering sacrifices. So much so, if one hears with devotion during the Shraddha time the recitation of the hymn to Svadha, one gets no doubt the fruits of Shraddha. If one recites the Svadha mantra thrice every time in the morning, midday and evening, every day, one gets an obedient, chaste wife begetting sons. The following is the hymn stotra to Svadha. O Devi Svadha, thou art dear to the Pitris as their vital breaths, thou art the lives of the Brahmanas. Thou art the presiding deity of the Shraddha ceremonies and bestowest the fruits thereof. O thou of good vows, thou art eternal, true, and the nature of religious merits. Thou appearest in creation and disappearest in dissolution. And this appearing and disappearing go on forever. Thou art Om, thou art Svasti, thou art Namaskara, salutation, thou art Svadha. Thou forever, thou art Om, thou art Svasti, thou art Namaskara, salutation, thou art Svadha, thou art Daksina, thou art the various works as designated in the Vedas. These the Lord of the world has created for the success of actions. No sooner Brahma, seated in his assembly in the Brahma Loka, reciting this stotra, remained silent than Svadha Devi appeared there all at once. When Brahma handed over the lotus face, Svadha Devi over to the hands of the Pitris, and they gladly took her to their own abodes. He who hears with devotion and attention the stotra of Svadha gets all sorts of rich fruits that are desired and the fruits of bathing in all the tirthas. Here ends the 44th chapter on the 9th book on the story of Svata Devi, and the discourse between Narada and Narayana. The Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Ved Vyasa. Om Jayanti Mangalakari Bhadrakali Paridakari. Om Chetum Devi Chamandeshi Padari. Om Mangala Mangala. Om Tuya Mata Chapita Tuya.